Alright, hello. I just finished filming another thing, so I figured I could do another stream. The mic is maladjusted. Let me adjust that. Alright, that's good. Let's see. What do you want? Let's see how long it takes CouchBot to announce. If he announces at all. I know there was problems with CouchBot earlier. Hello. Hello. Hey. It's pretty CouchBot's pretty fast this time. Look at that. Hello, Laserbolt. Can't get it to load live? Well, that's your problem. Yeah. Slightly irritated. It'll be alright. You'll still get the gist of everything. Alright. So, alright. First, the voice. You get the voice done. Let's make it longer. That's nope. Stop that. Now the mic might not have been turned all the way up. That shouldn't be a problem, but it's something to keep in mind. Now, let's see. The background noise. There's none. There's none this time. It's funny. Sometimes there is. Sometimes there isn't. It's weird. I don't know. Anyways, compressor. You're in the bottom right corner of Australia, so around right here, right here-ish. Neat. I like this wallpaper because I have two monitors and it fits these two monitors perfectly, and they're like different resolutions too. Like this one's 900p, this one is some weird standard they use. It's 5x4, I don't know. But like the Americas are on this half of the wallpaper, and then everything else over here. It's pretty neat. And we normalize. Yeah. Hello, Dr. G. What is my new video going to be about? Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler. And then we export the audio, put it in the right place. Here. There we go. Doesn't matter. Make fan art. How do I make fan art of myself? Wouldn't that just be art? Or do you want me to make fan art of somebody else? I could do that in another stream. I'm not going to do that right now. Did this just start? Yeah, not too long ago. Like, was it 4 minutes ago? We started 4 minutes ago. It should say it like around the description, just for future reference. What did I do today besides this? What did I do? Not much. Played a little Super Nintendo. I got a couple new games yesterday. I'm pretty excited. In fact, we're probably gonna play that. I don't know, maybe in a couple hours, if you're interested in that. Hello. What topics are you going to talk about in regards to Adolf Hitler? Hitler's religiosity and why it's not important. Basically. I should have hidden everything. Still haven't gotten that new chair. Waiting for YouTube to give me that paycheck. It's not going to happen for another month. Are you going to spend more than 10% of the stream actually working on the video, or will putt-putt strike again? I can't promise that I'll actually spend time making the video, but if I waste time, it's going to be reading the chat. But it's fine. I only do these streams when I feel like I have the time to waste. You're doing mathematics. It's quite entertaining. Well, don't worry. One of these streams we're going to be. In fact, I think I'll do a stream just researching stuff. Maybe we'll do math then. Maybe we'll do flat Earth math. How about that? No promises, but it could happen. Could happen. And here. We'll draw this waveform. How quickly does it do it? Yeah. It wasn't as long as I accidentally left this on. Usually I turn the audio off for the recording, but it's cool because I can just align these up, and that's a bit easier, although I'll have to double check. It doesn't fit right. Oh, the peaks don't fit right. Alright, it's fine. Let's see. This one is FLV. Okay. Now we'll bring this one down. Now we're going to have to make the proxy. Come to think of it, I should have done that before the stream, but it's fine. So what's going on? If I get a notification, I'll let you know how long it took to get through to me in the southern hemisphere. And okay, cool. You don't have to do that. It's not like there's anything I could do about it if I want to. But like if anybody complains, I'll just say like you can get notified. Well, actually, I think I'm not tweeting it out, so Discord would be the only way to get notified, which that'd probably be a pain for most people. We should play CAH as a stream. What's CAH? Let's see. See if it comes up when I Google it. Congenital adrenal hyperplasia. Probably don't mean we should stream that. It's probably talking about something that is going over my head right now. Cards Against Humanity. Oh yeah. Oh, that'd be a good idea. That would be awesome. I would start a YouTube channel where I complained about stuff with weird art in the background, with a robot voice. But the idea is so overused that I can't even bother. Would love to do it. Complain about stuff with weird art in the background. Huh. Okay. Yeah, can you hear that? The jackass on the motorcycle who thinks he's cool. Might be an ATV, not sure. Or four-wheeler, as they're called down here. What's my favorite time point in history? I don't know. I don't know. It'll probably be sometime in the future. Things will probably be really cool then. I don't know. Resolution changed to 360. Oh yeah. I've experienced that too, where dropping the resolution on the stream can get me up to speed. But man, 360p, that I can't watch that. I can hardly watch 480p when I have to. Favorite time is World War II. You're a strange man. Your favorite is the 1200s to 1400s. I think I'm a bit too fond of things from like the early 2000s, like around the time of the like between 1990 and 2010. I was alive back then, but I don't remember much of it. But now I'm like, I really enjoy stuff from that era, like some of the music and like video games especially. What are my thoughts on The History of the Entire World by Bill Wirtz? You just assume that I've read this book. Will there be a time for me to have a Patreon? Probably not. But that being said, like I have Super Chat on here, right? So if anybody wants to donate, they can. Not that I'm asking you to. But there's also another option for, I think the term is sponsor, where on YouTube, when I'm streaming, like where you see the option to use the Super Chat, you could also have the sponsor option, which would you would donate monthly, sign up to give a monthly donation. I would rather do that than Patreon, just because of I don't feel like setting Patreon up, although it probably would be better in the long run. But I don't know. It's for some reason I'm finding it difficult to get behind Patreon. I don't know. Not too sure. Plays in 64, can't handle 360p. Like there's a difference, okay? Like that was made for the resolution it was played at, right? I'm not like some of the stuff on YouTube is a bit too complicated to be watching in lower resolutions, especially on a high resolution screen where I expect to be watching high resolution video. History of the World as a video was top of trending for a good while. Okay. Brought it up last stream. Yeah, I forget way too easily. My apologies. Do you plan to play co-op with other small YouTubers? Plan to co-op with other small YouTubers other than Professor Stick. Oh. Okay. I don't know. I don't know about doing collabs with other people. Like, probably if the opportunity presented itself. Like I have, like I did something for Lego Darwin. But I have to either somebody who I feel is worth asking, or somebody who asked me who I think was good enough to collab with. It definitely could happen, but it's not like a priority of mine, I guess. Dropped it to 240. Oh man. You know what angers me the most is, like, I have this phone, right? It's a 720p screen. And the internet I have most of the time is a high-speed internet. But for some reason, YouTube will default to 360p. Sometimes even 144p. It's ridiculous. I don't get it. And it's usually fine on my desktop. It'll default to 1080, which is best. I don't get it. That YouTube channel was like Professor Stick, except with more art and shit. Not just a static character, plus with a robot voice. Kind of like one in MLG videos. But bearable. I don't know. I don't know so much about the robot voice, or was it text to speech? Like, I don't want it to feel like I'm collabing with the robot. If that makes sense. Draw some expression stuff if I want. Though it might not be considered. Though it might be considered a mediocre arc. What do you mean, expression stuff? Hello, Brian. Is the proxy done? Proxy's done. Alright. Where's, there it is. Okay. Alright. Look at the collapse. Let's go frame. So right here is where it hits. Does it make more sense here? And it looks good. And another clap here. Good enough, I think. Anyways, let's save here. Where was it? No. There we go. Would I make a video about Hinduism? Probably not. Unless somebody claimed to have absolute proof of Hinduism, in which case I might respond to that. But there's not much to talk about in terms of Hinduism. Or at least I don't think there is. I don't know. Have I gotten my hands on Injustice 2 yet? No, I have not. My brother might be getting it soon, and if that's the case, then I might play it then. Like a drawing for irritation, or a drawing frame for anger, or a drawing frame that shows happiness, so on. Okay, well, I don't know that I would use it that much. Like how Professor Stick has a different expression on his figure, though mine would likely use realistic proportions instead of her circle head and such. I don't think I'd need it. I don't think I'd need it. You should make a video on the Church of Scientology and Dianetics. I that's on my list to do. That's definitely something that I want to do. Is at least talk about Dianetics. Like I actually have a book of Dianetics. I started reading it, didn't get very far, but I've already got stuff to talk about. And I hate saying that I want to make videos, certain videos, because I might not ever get around to doing it, but I would definitely like to. My dog is going crazy. I should go attend to that. Be right back. Yeah. All right. Would you consider Sikhism a moral monotheistic religion? I don't know. I'm not familiar with Sikhism or its tenets. Thanks, Brian, for the $5. Can't hide from me in the super chat. I don't know why the notification is taking a long time. What's up with that? Did it? Hold on. Let me bring this over here. What's wrong with Streamlabs? Did it pop up when I wasn't here? Or did it just not pop up? What's going on? Where's... What's going on? Yeah, your plan was foiled. Notification arrived, took 20 minutes. Oh! So you found me before the notification. Okay. 20 minutes. That's interesting. It's interesting. Okay, so Streamlabs did see the donation, but didn't see it say anything. Let me resize this. It's always a pain. That's good enough. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay, so the notification showed up while I was gone. Alright. Alright. I look dumb then. Surely you can hear that now. It's probably some asshole who thinks his truck makes him manly or something. I don't get it. Why do people think that being a pain in the ass to everybody else makes them look good? Was at computer and live stream showed up, and when I went to recommended, okay, live stream showed up when I went to the recommended page on YouTube. Okay, yeah. Are you behind as well? I remember this took me a couple of takes. Not sure why. First. Alright, so I think that's the final take. Alright, we're just doing the rough cuts for now. We're going to make the transitions better after we cut out everything we're not using. Can't hear the vehicle over the squeaky chair. Come on, guys. I'll get the... Check Discord. Why? Are you using text-to-speech again? Swear to God if you are. Oh. Why can't I move this? Yeah, it just took a still image. Like, come on. Alright. Thanks for the screenshot. Yep, slider shows live delay in text is about 20 seconds. Okay. Well, what you said seemed further behind the conversation than that. That's why I asked, but alright. I let my grits sit out too long, so now they're all just clumped together. Yeah, it's bad. Anyways. First, I think I took too many takes for just about everything I said. First, now that being said, but notice that like I live in Louisiana. We eat grits here. Sue me. Come at me. Fight. You want to fight about it? You want to fight? Come down here. Did you get that graphics tablet? Which one did you choose? If so, I chose the one that I could afford, which is the hiith 420. And quite frankly, using it's been a pain in the ass. It doesn't seem to work well with GIMP. Because when I use it in GIMP and I use the selection tool, which is what I would use it for in the first place, if I go off the edge of the window, GIMP crashes completely. But if I downgrade to an older version of GIMP, then I can't use the selection tool with it at all. So I'm not sure how much use I'm going to get out of it in the future, but I did get it. Finals week for you? Oh, sounds fun. Am I going to expose more bullshit Kickstarter products? It depends on if one speaks out to me, and if I remember to look for BS Kickstarter products. I definitely could, but I might look at other pseudoscientific things as well, maybe. No promises. What's this new video about? Is it creationists or flat earthers? It is Adolf Hitler and his religiosity. Kind of ironic considering I have his haircut. Look at that. Hitler Youth exposed. Grits are disgusting. Whatever. You don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you just didn't have real grits. Feel sorry for you. Don't know what I'm gonna do with my free time in the summer. Just buy all the video games. All of them. And just binge. Or just get Netflix. That can take up time as well. Or Hulu if you're sacrilegious. I thought it'd be a Huion if it was cheap. Yeah, like it had great reviews. So I was like, okay. Like, it's not going to be top of the line professional, but it's going to be pretty good for the price. But I can't use it unless I switch to something like paint.net. And I've tried. I'm not doing that. And in mind, if I post the entire lyrics to Do You Hear the People Sing, I'd rather you didn't spam the chat. Your monoprice didn't do that though. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it for me. I don't know. You don't like the texture of grits? And that's fine, I can understand that. Maybe I just grew up with it, I don't know. What's my belt buckle say? You know what it says. Alright. That being said, he was... But notice that that's what he said. Also against atheism, calling unknowable. Now this one I think took me a lot of takes. I'm just gonna scroll right past. But notice that that's... Oh yeah, keep going. And he otherwise appealed... And otherwise... Okay. But notice that that's what he's... But notice... Yeah. Yeah. Getting easy with all these neurological disorders. Nearly intelligent. But I got grits. But I got grits at a restaurant, and they were atrocious. It's gotta be that Captain Oatmeal that's everywhere in the U.S. Captain Oatmeal? This wouldn't happen to be a restaurant in the South, would it? Because every restaurant I got grits around here, they've been fine. Captain Oatmeal. Captain. I mean, Captain Oats? I mean, around here, like, we'll use the Quaker stuff, the instant oatmeal, not oatmeal, grits. I don't like oatmeal, I like grits. Or is grits a type of oatmeal? I like grits, but not other types of oatmeal. Wait, were grits a type of oatmeal, or was oatmeal a type of grit? I forget. I forget. The one with the captain guy on that looks weird. The one with the captain guy on that looks weird. Okay. The restaurant was here, though, in Michigan. So, family lives in majority Kentucky, but I'm saying. Right. I love how people say Hitler was an atheist. There's this book called Mein Kampf, and there's definitely no sign Hitler... There's definitely no sign Hitler loved Catholicism. Okay, well, here's the thing. Hitler was a politician, right? And as a politician, he's going to... Of course, he's publicly going to appeal to the religion of the people of that country, which Nazi Germany was very, very Christian. I think between 100 and 95%. So, when he said Mein Kampf, that was publicity a lot. But what he said privately really indicated that he was against Christianity. And you'll see in the video that I am editing right now. When that pops up, you'll be like, oh, I was wrong. Heath is so smart. Thank you. Will you ever talk about why religions exist? No, because I'm not going to pretend like I know that. Any well, I mean, I could talk about like why they continue to exist or like maybe the psychology behind it, but I don't think I will make a video about that just because I don't think there's enough for me to say about it to make it interesting. But I don't see. I don't. I'm not going to pretend like I know the exact cause behind religions. Left for a bit to draw the mustache on you after you said you are Hitler Youth. Almost caught. Back up. Alright. Quaker Oatmeal. That's the brand. Got a weird captain looking guy. Yeah. It's not a captain, it's a Quaker. And oatmeal is different from grits, or at least where I live, they're two totally different things. So, if it says oatmeal, you're probably eating something else, which is fine. I don't like oatmeal either, but grits is oatmeal. Okay, yeah. But like usually when somebody says oatmeal, at least around here, they mean a certain kind of oatmeal, which I'm not sure how I would refer to it, because I've always referred to it as just oatmeal. Grits are hominy with the germ removed, which is corn that has been treated with an alkali process called nixtamalization. Okay, cool, thanks, I guess. If I collabed with bigger YouTubers, would it boost my channel? Yes, but not a lot. Not as much as you might think. It only would be like initially, and from then, the growth from that specific collab will be negligible after like the first few days, maybe week. But it definitely does have a noticeable effect. I always assumed religions formed from a desire for a natural explanation, from a desire for an explanation for natural events, later modified to allow certain groups to attain control. Yeah, that makes sense, but I mean that's just speculation. What sort of indication would you have of that? And that's why I'm not going to act like I'm an authority on it, because I don't know these things. There's definitely psychology behind religious persistence. I think the fear of death is a huge reason why, plus the whole indoctrination thing. Yeah, well, fear of death maybe not, because like people in my experience don't become religious because they fear death. Maybe because they fear hell, but that's a different thing. What do you think of the drunken peasants? I love the drunken peasants. Yeah, I love drunken peasants. They're awesome. Welcome to the indoctrination station. Pope Benedict VI was a member of it. It's okay for me to be. Yeah. Was he really, though? I don't. This is a joke I'm not getting. I don't know. That actually makes a lot of sense of what you said about Hitler and religion. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because he was a politician. You gotta remember that. You gotta go to sleep now. It's a pleasure to watch my stream. Well, thank you. Good night, Liquid Cookie. Yes, he was a member of the Hitler Youth. Okay. I didn't know. Didn't know that. How long does it take for you to write your scripts? I don't know. I don't exactly time it, but I usually like set aside a day for research and a script, maybe. I usually don't write a script, but and I hardly need a full day to research most of the stuff anyways. Sometimes I can just like look into stuff on the weekends, which I usually like I don't force myself to work on the weekends, but I'm not sure where I was going with that. Like, I don't force myself to work on the weekends, but sometimes videos are a bit simple to make, so I could just like look up, sort of plan ahead on the weekend if I feel like it, and maybe sometimes I'll be ready to film earlier in the week than usual. But it doesn't really take me. Well, for one, it really depends on the video. Not only how long the video is, but how in depth and how much research has to go into it. Stuff like the what was it? I think Evolution Debunk series I did. The one with I think John and Jane. That took a lot of research and a lot of effort and a lot of time to do those videos because they made so many claims that I had to verify and check out. Whereas this one, I still had to research it. I had to look at the religiosity of Hitler and the things he said both privately and publicly, but I could find that all literally on one wiki quote page and then make inferences from there. And everything else I already knew my response to. So it depends. So you say things without a script. Most of the time, yes. Most of the time I don't have a script, but every now and then I'll find it helpful to have one. Especially like this one because I'm not like responding to anything. I'm not going point by point. But instead I'm just kind of like presenting information with a series of jump cuts. But yeah, sometimes I do, most of the times I don't. How does having a Christian on your stream make you feel? Doesn't make me really feel any differently. I mean, I take views from everyone. I don't. I mean, good on you, I guess. Don't really have strong opinion either way. Search office desk chairs on Amazon and the live stream chat will help you select the type to get. Do you guys want to do that? You guys want to go shopping for rolling chairs? For desk chairs? For fucking a chair? I'm not going to get it for another month. Because, well, I'm not going to be able to pay for it for another month because YouTube's, well, Google's really weird about when they, like, what I earned within the last month will show up at the beginning of next month, and then I won't get paid until like the 22nd, 23rd, and then I'll have to buy it, and if I buy it online, I'm gonna have to wait for it to ship. I don't know. I might want to like look around the stores around me as well, but do you guys want to go online shopping for desk chair with me? I guess. What's the game today? You'll see. You'll see. I'll give you a hint. It's physical games that I got yesterday. You missed my cue, and now my personal response is just dust in the wind. I can check for a bit. Link back. If you could sell your soul, what would you sell it for? It really depends. Like, when I sell my soul, what all does that entail? Like, what does that mean? Is that going to affect my afterlife? Is it going to affect my consciousness? Is it going to affect anything at all? I don't know. Happiness, I guess. Long-term happiness. I don't know. All right. Spooky Bed Hair wants me to look at chairs. So does Trevor, but you suggested it in the first place. But you make fun of my Australian dollars, so I need to know how much you need. I don't make fun of your Australian dollars. I just notice the A next to the dollar sign, so just like, that's Australian dollars, not real dollars. So just gotta keep that in mind. Other people are making fun of you too, though, but I'll take money of all kinds. All right, doctor wants to go shopping. Nobody else cares. Laser bolt is buffering. It looks fine for me. So I know somebody else was having trouble. It could be your internet connection. I don't know. Try dropping to a lower resolution. See if that helps. Okay. All right. Alright, here we are. We're on Amazon Smile. I don't know if you can see that. Look, Amazon Smile. If you don't know about Amazon Smile, basically, it's exactly like Amazon, but like a portion of what you... A portion of the money that you give goes to a charity of your choice. Like if you notice, I'm supporting Brain and Behavior Research Foundation, which is a foundation that just funds scientific research, mostly into mental health and that sort of thing, which I think is important. But if you shop on Amazon at all and you're not using like somebody else's affiliate links, then go ahead, use Amazon Smile, because then you're not a terrible person, now that you know. Alright, anyways, first thing that comes up is sponsored, of course, always is, but that's $80. Is that but it's only what, 3.5 stars? Let's get past the sponsored. The bestseller is Amazon Basics, but that's either leather or fake leather. I don't really care for either one. I mean, I'm definitely not going to get leather, but fake leather, I don't care so much for it. What's the difference between this one and this one? $65, $110. I mean, this one's taller, so I guess more materials. But it's really great. Let's look at the reviews, though. Let's see. Yeah, bonded black leather. That's why it's expensive, because leather can get expensive. But let's look at the reviews. I'm not getting it, because I'd rather not get a chair that's made of animals. I love how there's like the one single 1-star rating among just the sea of people who like it. It's always weird to see the contrast. Like, this person really hated it. He thinks it's absolute garbage. And other people are like, oh, it's the best chair I've ever had. It's kind of weird. If you did see a afterlife, which afterlife would you see, and would it prove that a god or goddess exists? I really don't know. I mean, like, when people have near-death experiences, they tend to see things that are, you know, in accordance to their own religion or the religion that they're familiar with. So it probably like see something in the vein of Christianity or perhaps other things that, but it wouldn't prove that a god exists, because there's a more reasonable explanation than there's a supernatural behind it. There's definitely evidence to show that this is merely psychological in nature. Watching in 144p. Amen. How old is your channel? I can't help but notice that you have 3K subs, while Bible Flockbox has 125,000 subs. I want to know why, although I already have my suspicions. Coming up on 2 years, I think. But lately, like, growth has been slow. Not exactly sure why that is, but growth has been a bit slow. The back is only held together by the armrests. It's very odd, but possibly normal to all chairs. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Not getting your leathers. Is this leather as well? Yeah, bonded leather. I imagine it'll be cheaper if I get something that is not leather. Which, here you go, proving me wrong. Why though? Oh, here's the Amazon Basics chair, which is the same price as the leather one from the same company. Let's look at the Amazon Basics first. Comfortable office chair, which contoured mesh back for breathability. This looks pretty okay. I can get behind this. I don't like that kaleidoscope plastic bits. They annoy me, but that's just like a minor thing. I could definitely do this, but I wonder if I could do better than $65. I don't know. This one, I'm not sure. It'll probably be a little bit better than Amazon Basics, especially like the cushioned armrests, where here it's just plastic. I'm not sure if I'd use the armrests much though, if at all. I think it'd be nice to have though. But given the choice between the two, I don't know. I'll probably save the $5. I did not know about that FCC ruling. So, having been a Christian before, do you blame me for believing in God? Am I an idiot, the average person, something in between? I don't think you're an idiot for believing in God, because I don't think that there are that many idiots in the US. I know there's like a lot of idiots, just because I come into contact with people every now and then, but there's definitely a reason why people are religious, and it's not because you're stupid or anything. So I don't know. Like, the fact that you're here probably shows that you're not stupid, that you're interested in other people's opinions. which is more than the average person. But why? Why the 3 levers? Nah, you're fine. You're cool. Narrow the search to flip up armrests. Why? Do I need flip up armrests? Hold on, I want to see what these three things are for. Oh, so this one leans back and stuff. Okay, that makes sense. I don't care about it, but it's neat. Oh, we can get in different colors as well. Black vinyl, blue, brown. Yeah, I guess that is brown. Neat. Red, we could get in red. Flip up armrests. Okay, why? Okay. Chairs, and now we should get. See, what would I need? Why? Oh, okay. So they're just here. Swivel. Do I need swivel? Yeah, I think so. Mesh back. Ergonomic lumbar support. I don't know. Big and tall without arms. See, I don't really care so much as long as it's comfortable, and I think I don't know. Let's go for just armrests. And let's try and narrow down the ones with leather by going mesh back. Okay. And we're not paying $70 for a chair. I'm not willing to anyways. So here's the budget options. This one looks cool, but the reviews say otherwise. Yeah, too much text to figure out what's wrong with the chair. I don't know. Yep. Well, you know what? We can go 4 stars and up. Alright, here's the chair. Here's the chair for me, I guess. Why not? I don't know. Oh, it's on sale even. Yeah, probably, I don't know. See, okay, is it going to be on sale for long enough for, you know, like a month from now I'll be able to afford it? And like some things are just like constantly on sale, like 100% of the time to try to get you to buy it, which thank you thanks for the new chair. That should definitely be enough. Yeah, I think last time converted to. Okay, so I should have enough for a chair. Like, this chair looks fine. Is this what I was looking at earlier? I feel like I was looking at this exact thing earlier. Or is this a small chair? Like, I think I can do a small chair. I've been using small chair. I used a small chair for a while. Let's see. Or you can have it assembled for $100. It's kind of. Is it really worth $100 to assemble a chair? That's neat. Bible flock box is 3 years old. Do the math. He's better at YouTube than me. No offense. You should buy that chair. Yeah, I'll look at the reviews are nice. It looks nice. Oh, it doesn't match anything in my room though. With the metal, shiny. I hate to say silver finish because it probably doesn't look anything like silver would look, but that silver color, it's not gonna match anything in my room. I'm not. I'm not just going to go to a random website you tell me to go to. I'm not. It's added to the list. List of things to get. I could get a desk to go with it. I don't need a desk. My desk is serving me just fine. This desk actually came from a school, believe it or not. It was supposed to have a keyboard tray, but somehow or another that just got ripped out. I guess that's what happens when you put things in a fucking middle school, but I also had to clean gum from underneath it. That was fun. But after all that, it's perfectly fine and functional. Anyways. What do you think of anarcho-capitalism? Seems like a bad idea. But my opinion on it doesn't go much deeper than that. Oh, they're good chairs? That doesn't sound like a website for chairs. I'll tell you what. I'll search it up in Google, see what it is then. Okay, so they are chairs. Alright. Let's see if, let's get this to load. Here you go. They're gaming chairs. More than I'm willing to spend. I don't have that kind of a budget for a chair. But also, I don't need a brightly colored chair. I don't need a chair this big. I don't need it to be this flashy. I don't need anything that is marketed as being a gaming something this much. Let's see. Origin series, I guess. I don't know. What does that look like? Oh, it's not going to show me what was... Oh! There it is. What about this? Okay, I like the black and green and black and red aesthetics, but don't like the chair enough to spend that much for it. It's also probably made of leather, which nylon, okay, and polyurethane. Okay, so maybe it's not made of leather. All right, let me bring chat back up. Like, it's that's outside of my budget for right now. They're probably good chairs. Nothing that I need. Look at how many. Really? I don't see people hating on you in the chat. Or maybe I'm just missing it. Do I have a gaming channel? Like, I have a channel that I used to stream games on, but I've stopped streaming on that channel, and I'm now just streaming here. But every now and then I'll upload a highlight from these streams where I am playing games. Because how these streams usually go is I edit, and then when I take a break, as I usually do, I'll play a game. And depending on the game, I may upload it there. It's, chrome finish, yes, that's the word I was looking for. But, will I be covering Duke Nukem on that channel? Probably not. Anyways, that, I wonder if I can post the link. I'll see if I can post the link to it. Because I know other people can't post links. Okay, so I can post links. All right. But that's my gaming channel. Which, not sure how much I'm going to do on that channel or if it's even going to stay. But play KSP? No, not today. I got other games that I'm just way too excited about playing right now. They're so fucking comfortable. Alright, I believe you. I believe you. But like I said, it's outside of a price range right now. I'm not sure if I'll ever be willing to pay $300 for a chair. It seems like a luxury that I don't need. But will I be covering Duke Nukem? Probably not, just because there's too many other things that I want to play and probably never will. What do I think of Mr. Dapperton, formerly Anarchy Ball? I'm not familiar with his work. I think I've seen some of his stuff, like just on Drunken Peasants, and I think he's wrong on what I've seen, but other than that, I don't know. Lagging 92 seconds? Yeah. I only just saw you were live, not by YouTube. I refreshed YouTube and saw you were live. Okay, so you didn't get the notification? Yeah. Yeah, it happened. My brother wants me to say something to you to see if you respond. Shout out to my brother. Okay. Adam's brother. Hello. Hello, Adam's brother. I don't know. I'm not familiar with his ideas. But on the topic of gun control, I think that the mentally ill should not have guns. That's a simple concept to me. But whatever. He said privately, publicly he was extreme, and he otherwise appealed to. I think I took a lot of takes for this as well. And he otherwise. I did. And he otherwise. Alright. Alright. Let's see. Ah. So whether or not Hitler so all right, but that's okay. Should have seen my brother's face. It was priceless. Yeah, like I read the chat. There's not like so much chat that I can't find stuff like that. But I mean, The stream needs Professor Stick. Why? You really like Professor Stick, I've noticed. Quite Kyle's, as he talks about earlier, but that's not quite. I took quite a few takes for this as well. Talks about earlier, but that's not the case. But that's not the case. See, Darwinian evolution. Maybe not. Maybe not. But as he talked about earlier, it's not so much about what evolution. Alright. But that's not the case. Darwinian evolution. But that's not the. But that doesn't point to a necessity. The morality of it. We still have it. How do you feel about the genocides currently being carried out by the Kangaroo Emu Coalition against local Australians? Not sure if that's a joke or serious, but I'm just against genocide in general, so that's pretty much my stance on it. I don't know exactly what you want me to say. I mean, you aren't even allowed to carry them around concealed in a lot of states anyways. I think that the need for guns has gone down in modern times. I mean, you aren't even allowed to have them around concealed in a lot of states anyways. Yeah, I'm not sure when there was a high necessity for guns. I don't know. Chat, how do you do the orange highlighted thing? What do you mean orange highlighted thing? Like name thing? Like if somebody says your name, then your name will appear highlighted automatically, whether they add you or not. So if it just finds your name, then it's going to be like, hey, this is your name. They're probably either talking to you or about you. It does it automatically. Every state allows you to carry. You said concealed carry, which, like, I believe you need a permit in most states, right? You do here, anyways. But yeah, every state allows you to carry. Okay. If you were fighting ISIS, would it be okay to do genocide? Fighting a war is not the same thing as genocide. Like, you could do what is necessary to end the war, but that doesn't mean kill everybody you can. Just in the Middle Ages, if was illegal not to. In the Middle Ages, it was illegal not to carry a weapon. The minimal weapon was a knife, I think. Okay. don't need a permit in the majority of states, actually. You do need it in some. Okay. So concealed carry is not a problem in most places. Okay. Didn't know that. Also, the reason guns are allowed to be carried is because people were afraid of the new government under the Constitution would become a British monarch. That way rebels could be armed. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not sure. I don't know. Okay. What does he mean to own or concealed carry? We were talking about carrying. Like own is completely 100% legal. Yeah, I know. Concealed carry, yes, you need a permit. Okay, that's what I thought. Alright. Alright, you can own a gun in the US. Concealed carry usually needs a permit. Open carry is so much easier in some states. I'm not sure. I don't know, like, the laws in other states about open carry. But here you can just open carry as much as you want. Nobody can say anything. Who did you vote for? Nobody. Because I'm in Louisiana, it wouldn't have made a difference. I didn't feel like registering. And I didn't strongly favor one candidate over the other. I'd rather Hillary just for the fact of Democratic justices and that sort of thing. But I didn't vote. If I lived in the 7th century, would I kill the Prophet Muhammad? If I knew the impact he would have, then yeah, probably. Yeah, this is a super short video. What? Yeah. We still have sympathy. We still have sympathy and we still have. But what kind? Okay. Is this? Why do I have it in stereo? Ah, man. We're gonna have to change that before we play the game. I'm not familiar with, like, I know who Naked Ape is. I'm not familiar with his work or his stances on anything. If I lived in the 1st century, would you let Jesus die or save him? Well, I don't think. I think there would be harsh ramifications for me if I tried to save somebody who was being crucified. Like, I don't think there's a simple way to go about doing that. So, it probably wouldn't be a priority. You miss my hair? Yeah, I miss it every now and then. Oh, it's messed up. Hold on. There you go. But, yeah, my long hair, if you're talking about that. Yeah, I miss it every now and then. but I don't know. The Hitler Youth look is it's pretty cool. It's pretty good. What movies do you like to watch? See, I don't watch a lot of movies. The movies that I do watch are like old movies, like mostly stuff that's even still in the public domain. Like, you know what? I'll show you. If you're at like a Walmart or something, and you see like just the bargain bin of DVDs, so every now and then you'll find like collections. Like this is war movies, and this is like just a collection of horror movies on two cases, and these and as well as this one, which is I Walked with a Zombie and The Body Snatcher. I like to watch this kind of stuff. Like this is stuff that's just in the public domain, and these companies they just put them on DVDs and send them out budget prices. I don't know why, but I like having these, and I like collecting these. But it's worth noting these are not in the public domain. I Walked with a Zombie and The Body Snatcher. They're old movies and they're good, not in the public domain. Still copyrighted. I think so. The DVD is copy protected anyways, so. But old movies like that. I don't think that wouldn't be shovelware, would it? Pretty sure shovelware just applies to games. But yeah. I bet you don't miss washing it. Yeah. And unclogging the drain, that was like I had to do that not too terribly often, but more often than I wanted to. Play old games and watch old movies and read old books like the Bible. I don't like the books I read aren't mostly old books. Like I do read religious texts, but I'll read like more modern books by like psychologists, stuff like that. Will you reveal the violent commandments of the Quran and Hadith? I, I'm not sure. I was going to make a video back when I still had the hair about like comparing different religions like Islam, Christianity, Judaism, and Hindu religions or Hindu like religions, and to see which one was the most peaceful. I even figured it out. It was like Buddhism and Jainism were like tied for the top, with Hinduism not far behind it, and Islam was actually the least peaceful religion out of all the ones I compared. Which, and the whole point of the video was like, this is not the religion of peace, that sort of thing. Which of the three Abrahamic religions is the worst? In the middle. Okay, well, there's more than three Abrahamic religions. But yeah, those are the main ones. Islam is the worst. Then it's tough to say because, like, the stuff that's written down in Jewish texts is definitely worse than the stuff that's written down in Christian texts. That being said, nowadays Jews aren't typically like fundamentalists. They aren't orthodox. So it would be Islam's the worst, then Orthodox Judaism, then Christianity, and then unorthodox or like cultural Judaism. Hate comparing religions, they are all the same. I don't think that's true. No, I don't. What are the other Abrahamic religions? One of them, I think Sikhism was one of them, if unless I'm confusing that with something else. There's also, well, Sikhism is the only one that comes to mind. There was another, well, Baha'i. Let's see. Let's see. I take it back. Sikhism is not Abrahamic. I was thinking of Baha'i. Baha'i is Abrahamic. It's pretty bad that I got those two mixed up. I wonder if I can find a list. Do we have a list? Islam, Judaism, Christianity. We have Baha'i. Then other smaller religions like Samaritanism, Druze, Rastafari. That's Abrahamic. That's pretty much it. Hey, welcome, Professor Stick. What's Baha'i? I think it came out of. I was just looking at it. It came out of some sect of Islam, but it's not. It is Islam. It's very different. I think you're gonna have to look it up. You're gonna have to look it up. I'm not an expert on the Baha'i. Of it. We still have sympathy and empathy. Harmful. Okay. Let's see. But what Kyle is trying to do here, I think I did this several times over because I wanted to get it all in one take. Let's see. But what Kyle's trying to do here, okay, so that's just the end. So this is going to be really short video. Yeah, about 3 minutes, because I'm going to cut down on this. I don't know, maybe it's too short. I'll try to, see if I can work on another video as well. Just so that this short video isn't the only one this week. But the next video, I think I wanted it to be about the flat Earth. So we'll have to see when the time comes. But I don't know. I was going to make a video. Let's about there. Let's grab it. I was going to make another video responding. Now the beginning is always tricky because I don't know if YouTube's going to take like a fraction of a second off the beginning. So I kind of have to make it look good at the start, which is hard to do. Can't wait for that chair upgrade. When I get that YouTube money. I was going to make another video
That'll be good
responding to
enough.
Kyle, but the next point that he makes isn't really saying much of anything that he hasn't already said. But he does bring off Adolf Hitler,
I messed up, but you know what? We can repair it because I did so many takes. Where is it? Hard trim. I can just probably take just a section of where I say bring up and just take that.
I could just make that hasn't said before, but he does talk about Hitler.
I want bring up.
To Kyle, but the next point that he makes, he does to Kyle, but the things that he
on
its own. But he does talk about Hitler, and I feel like I could just make that a video all on its own.
Alright, we're just gonna have to make things simple for me. We're gonna have to insert another jump cut.
Not really saying much of anything that he hasn't already said.
So, let's make that here.
Talk about Hitler, and I feel like
Alright, so cut that there. Alright.
said, but he does talk. Isn't really saying much of anything that he hasn't already said, but he does talk about
Let's try to make that transition a little bit better.
Hasn't already said, but he does talk about Hitler, and I feel like I could just make that a video all on its own. First,
Alright, that'll be good enough.
all on its own. First, let's be clear.
When was I born? Do you still live with your parents or live by yourself? Are you married? I think I'm a bit too young to be married. I'm not. When was I born? 98. 98. Do I still live with my parents? Why do you want to know this? I feel like you're trying to find out a lot of personal information about me.
Do I think Professor Stick is a little too rude? No, not really. Like, if you're saying something that's rude, I feel like it's mostly okay if you explain why you're saying it. And I think he does a good job of that, but it doesn't seem too off-putting to me. Like, he's ruder than I would want to be, but he's pretty okay. Hello, Thomas? Am I an introvert? Yes. Alright. First, let's be clear. All on its own. First, let's be clear. Hitler was atheist, and the things against Christianity and Judaism, obviously, but he did seem fond of certain religions like Islam, Buddhism, and state Shinto, which was practiced in Japan at the time. Are we playing a game today? Yes. Yes, we are. Maybe in about, like, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. I kind of like to have worked for like 2 hours. When I'm streaming, I like to like have 12 hours stream work and 12 hours. 2 hours into the stream and then I play games. That's how I like to do it. What game is it? I'll let you guys choose. But whenever I let you guys choose, it seems like you guys don't actually care and nobody actually answers the question, so I just usually just end up picking whichever one I want anyways. When do I take breaks? Every so hour. Well, I like to have I'll either do like 2 hours of work or an hour and a half of work at a time, and then I'll take breaks. What should you draw? Naked ladies. There's no music playing. Either you're going crazy hearing music, or I'm going crazy not hearing music. Either way, I don't have an answer to your question. What games can you play? A bunch of games that you probably don't care about. It depends. Are you talking Steam games? Are you talking console games? Well, that's really it. That's all the games that I have. But unless you're talking about like emulated games, but I would never use emulation to illegally download games that aren't available anywhere and that would not get me in any trouble at all because the copyright holders abandoned it. I would never do such an unethical thing. But I have Elder Scrolls games, I have Star Wars games, Rocket League, Kerbal Space Program, Revolt, which is a nice game. I played it before. I love it. Absolutely love it. I have Besiege, which I completed everything that's in the game, and then like the campaign thing. story mode so far, so I'm not really interested in playing that right now until they update it. But as far as the consoles, I only have like very common stuff. Have you considered Outlast again? I'm probably not gonna play Outlast. Probably not. I don't want to play Kerbal Space Program right now. In the future, but like I'm not good at the game, and I'm not good at the game. What happened to that Christian game you used to play? It sucked. It's playing it just feels like a chore at this point. It's not even worth continuing. I mean, I might do it just for the sake of getting to part 10 of the series because I stopped on part 9. Just to have at least something that I know beforehand as a conclusion. But I'm not going to play much of Left Behind, but I'm definitely going to play more Christian games that are hopefully at least a little more bearable. Maybe it's from my parents watching TV. Yeah, the music. Yeah, there's no music around here. I can very faintly hear the television in the living room, but there's no way you can hear it, and it's not even music in the first place. So, probably. My stance on abortion, the women should have a choice. And that's basically it. The women should have a choice. It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch me fail and suck at a game that you know what you're doing. I mean, I'll play it eventually, and you'll... But... Sorry. It's probably really loud. But... Oh, we're talking about Kerbal Space Program or Left Behind. I didn't know Left Behind was fun to watch. But I mean, I was joking in the beginning about how hard it was to play this game, but now Left Behind genuinely is a chore to play. And that level that I left on, I don't feel like completing that. It's a huge pain. How do you know Professor Stick? He found me, started commenting on my videos, and I don't know, just started talking, and then we were like, hey, we should do a collab, and then was like, yeah, sure, why not? Alright. Forgot what I was about to do. Oh yeah! We need to look up Hitler quotes. So let's do that. Let's look up Hitler. Let's see. Where is it? Wiki quote. Here we are. Here is the wiki quote of the religious views of Adolf Hitler. Now, in Mein Kampf and public speeches, keep in mind he's a politician, so of course he's going to appeal to the majority of the people, which is Christian. But in his private statements, right here, there's a very different story, and I forget which ones I'm looking for. here. Them obviously, but he did seem fond of. It does indicate that he was against Christianity. Okay, so against Christianity. Okay, let's go past Mein Kampf and his speeches. Where's... Okay, this is his speeches, and this is privately. Let's see. I should have screenshotted this when I was looking at it. Okay, and you get a shout out. No. Do you think it's okay to declare genocide on Islam? I don't think it works that way. I don't think that's what that word means. Let's see. Okay, so this one could be good. This one right here. The 4th of April, 1942. Let's keep looking, though. The Advent became the barbarian. Okay, this one as well. This one, let's take this away. Highlight this. No, start here. highlight that. And now we, oh, whoops. Where'd it? Okay, now we need to take a screen cap of it, which we can, since this is a 900p screen, yeah, and we're making a 1080p video, the text isn't going to look that great. So what we can do is we can zoom in to make the text a little bit more readable. Oh my god. Okay, that should be good enough. And then what we can also do is take this and extend it, which I can do since I have another monitor over here to extend it to. Okay, and we can take a screen cap of that. Do you have in the right one? Yes. And we'll just cap this right here. And save this as put in the right place. What should we name it? I don't know. Quote1.png. Good for me. Where's, okay. So that's that. And then we had, was it this one? Is this one? Yeah, this one. This is be saved from the views of Christianity. Is that I don't believe terrorist teachings have no other object than to distract from the natural optimism. We succeed in chasing the Jews from. Okay, so this one is pretty okay. Let's take that as well. There we go. As quote 2. What are we wikiing? This is quotes from Adolf Hitler. Specifically from the book entitled Hitler's Table Talk, which was a collection of things that he said privately. I'm a bit behind on chat because I got work to do. Okay, you want me to check? You want me to check Discord? All right. Let's see. Why is it behind? Wow. Yeah. Very nice meme.
You know what? For citation, we can just take this right here. It doesn't. You can zoom out a little bit, and that'll just have fucked everything up. That's fine. Okay. Here. We'll resize it till this line is just about the same. Why not? There we go. And we'll save that as citation.png. Yeah. We'll need this later. Let's see. We'll need 2 of these and 1 of these, and also, let's see. Here. This. Let's put this over here till we can see where it goes. Was against Christian. Hitler was not in. First, let's be clear. Hitler was not an atheist. And the things that he said privately, it does indicate that he. Hitler was not. And the things that he said privately. Okay, we can start it right here. And the things that he, and Judaism, obviously, but he did seem fond of certain religions, like, but he did seem to about right there. We're still gonna have other quotes after this, but this is where we're gonna stop with this certain one. Is this the, where's the citation? Okay, we'll bring that down here. Bring it the same size. How do you fix errors? What do you mean, fix errors? It depends on the error. If you're talking about like in the video, the simplest way is to go back and re-record it, but that's a bit tricky to do and make it look good. You can cut out things that have been wrong, or just, I don't know. It depends on the nature of the error. Editing errors? Well, if you make an error in editing, well, that's very broad as well. Like, if you made an error by cutting a clip too short, then you correct that by making it longer. If you accidentally made like some audio too loud, then you make it softer, and then problem solved. I don't understand the question. But like, if you've already like rendered the video and it's ready to go, and then you realize that there's an error in it, then you have to go back into the editing software and then like edit, this right here again to be what you want it to be. So like, you can't fix something within a video that's already rendered. You have to go back into the editing software and then render it again. But again, I really don't understand what you're asking. Do you have any good things about Christianity? Well, yeah, Christianity teaches lots of good things, like loving your neighbor as yourself. Give the church 10% of your money. It's good for churches.
The Bible doesn't actually say that, but it's common where I live, at least. It's a shame, but positive things about Christianity, like more often than not, it's taught to be, a peaceful religion, and that's good. Oh yeah, I can see the hate you're getting now. I think that Christianity teaches good things like forgiveness or helping others around. Yeah, yeah. And charity didn't. I forget how much it talked about charity, but that's, well, it's definitely a good thing that comes out of modern Christianity, at least, depending on the charity. Um, yeah, but the all around goodwill, yeah, that's something that you don't get out of every religion. So it's you know like Christianity isn't telling you to go to war with non Christians. I'll put it that way. Time to collaborate, but I'm doing something right now. Um, sure, DM me on wherever you want to DM me. We'll see what we can do. I have a short. Do you have any hobbies? Do you find convenient verses in the verse? Do you find convenient verses in the verses? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but um, do we have hobbies? It'd be basically be my hobby would be basically, well, this first of all, but also old video games. Collecting them and playing them is definitely a hobby of mine. Other than that, I can't say that I have much of another hobby. There are other things that I want to do, like electronics repair. I kind of want to do that just for fun, just like simple stuff. Like I kind of want to repair old consoles because I don't know. I feel like that could be interesting, but yeah, I don't. Other than that, I don't have much of any hobby at the moment. Do I own the Veda? Oh, do I find convenient verses in the verses? It depends. Like, I understand when, like, I'm cherry picking stuff, and when this is what the there's a difference between picking a verse that agrees with what you think and finding out what the majority of the verses say. And what I try to do, at least, is try to see what the majority of the Bible is trying to say. Or if somebody's saying that the Bible definitely 100% says this thing, then I'll, cherry pick a verse just so that it can contradict what he's saying, just to show that he's not 100% the case. It depends on the situation, but I try to keep it as honest as possible. Do I own the Vedas? No. I want to, but I can't really find a good one, a good copy. It's not high on my priority because I haven't even read all of the books that I have. And, like, I have the Upanishads, the Dhammapada, and Bhagavad Gita all in. They're like the same, from the same guy. They're these three books right here, and they match up together. And to have the Vedas that are different than those, it's gonna be hard for me to do. Which this guy, what was it?
Iiswaran. These are the only books that he's translated, so they don't have the Vedas in that edition. And the Vedas that I found in a collection of themselves are like in a big book that isn't even going to fit on the shelf just because of like how tall it is. So, and I'm not sure about finding all of these Vedas individually, putting on stuff. I don't know. I don't have them. I'd like to, but don't need to. Okay, more arguing. You have 24 game systems. Awesome. And I'm trying to cut down on the amount of consoles that I have. So I'm trying to buy as many backwards compatible consoles, like PlayStation 2 can play PlayStation 1 games. I'm looking into getting a Wii, which can play GameCube games. I have a Super Retro Trio, which can play NES, SNES, and Genesis games. I actually have an Atari 2600, but I want, what was it, the 7800 that can also play 2600 games. But it'd be kind of hard for me to give up this thing because I have the Telegames Center with the lid. It'd be hard to give that up. But yeah, my collection is, I guess, modest is the word to use. It's not that great. It's just common games, because I only recently just started and I'm on a budget. What is my favorite old video game? It's really tough to say. I think, for me personally, it would probably, it's tough to decide between Ocarina of Time, Super Street Fighter 2, and Phalanx, or Phalanx. I think it's pronounced Phalanx, but it's an old side-scrolling shooter on the SNES. Nothing too spectacular, but I loved playing it as a kid, and it's one of the very few shoot 'em ups that I've actually played. So it's not like I'm burnt out on shoot 'em ups. Do I have any convenient verses in the Bible? Depends on the situation. I don't know. There's a very open-ended question. I don't feel like I have enough question to form an answer. Did you find any bad things about Christianity? The threat of hell, for sure. What was there's a word I'm looking for. The discrimination against, or the prejudice against homosexuals, non-believers, and women. I guess those are the main points. Favorite comic character? Captain Atom. I like Captain Atom. What's my favorite console? Ooh. You don't have the last one, Phalanx? Yeah, collection takes up space after a while, for sure. For sure. But Phalanx, in fact, I think that's the game we'll play here. I was going to let you guys decide between Phalanx and Street Fighter 2. Not the Super Street Fighter 2, because I don't have it. But we'll probably play Phalanx. But my favorite console, it's tough to say. I'm a bit tied between Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64.
I'm not too like dedicated Nintendo fan, but I grew up with my parents' NES, Super Nintendo, and Nintendo 64. So that was like my childhood. Um, so I definitely have an affinity for that kind of stuff. But like the newer stuff, like the Wii, I don't care about. The GameCube, I actually did have a GameCube growing up, so like I definitely like that. But I also had a PlayStation 2, so like, and I have no connection with the GameCube. Like I have no problem buying PlayStation 2 games for the GameCube games that I played um, when I was younger, especially for the price. Have you seen the price of? I forgot what it was. I think it was Gauntlet Dark Legacy. I forgot what the price of it went for. But like the stark contrast between GameCube version, PlayStation 2 version, I was like, I'm grabbing that PlayStation 2 version. I don't care. Phalanx. So it's pronounced phalanx? See, I was very confused about that because growing up, I always said phalanx, but then I saw like reviews of the game and they all say phalanx. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I'm right. I know it's you're probably more familiar with it, but okay. What Bible verse treats women badly? Uh, I forget. I forget. I'm behind on chat, by the way. Bible treats women badly. It's not so much as treating women. It's not like active. How do I put it? Oh man, I'll. It's been a while since I looked this up. Let's see. Um, what was it? King James version. I don't need no English Standard version. Who do they think I am? Hmm. I forget. I'm looking at Bible verses right now. Just how I like to spend my Tuesday afternoons. Just looking at Bible verses. Was it just one man and not women? There's even more results for woman than. Okay. Okay. Okay, here's one. 1 Timothy 2:12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. Basically, sit down, be quiet. That's basically what that's saying. Um, and this one's also. So let's just look at the context of this. What verse was it? 2:12. that's suppressing what women can wear. That's not so important. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman deceived was in the transgression. So, and there's other places that basically say that the woman is lower than the man. I think we'll see a lot of that in Genesis. Let's see. Spelled that wrong. Come on. Let's see. And in Genesis 3, God... What just happened? Okay. There we are. In Genesis 3:16, God gives the man... He basically puts the woman underneath the man, giving the man authority over the woman. And at least from what I was taught as a young age, the fundamentalists took that seriously, way too seriously. And I'm way behind on chat yet again. What do you think of the Sonic the Hedgehog for Sega Genesis or Sonic in general? I love Sonic. It's good. Sonic is a good game. I personally can't get behind it as much as I can Mario. But it's definitely good. It's kind of hard to get used to, though. But I definitely want more Sonic games. I want to play more Sonic games. That's me for not being a Nintendo fan. Like, I am a Nintendo fan, just not a hardcore Nintendo fan. I'm not going to love everything Nintendo does because it's Nintendo. I'm not going to buy everything Nintendo because it says Nintendo on it. If something runs better on PlayStation than Nintendo, I'm going to go for the PlayStation version, you know? Well, if I had a PlayStation. Well, I digress. Playing the Switch right now. Yeah, and that's another thing. I don't like the Switch just because it's so subpar to what we're used to now. Like, I would rather play the Wii U version of, what was it, Breath of the Wild? But not that I have a Wii U or a Switch. Play Monkey Ball on the GameCube? I'd have to get Monkey Ball and a Wii then. I've been playing a long time. You have a Virtual Boy. It's probably my favorite random thing I own. Yeah, I think Virtual Boy is a good conversation piece, but other than that, like, I don't really have any interest in getting one. Because I want to get games that I want to play. I don't see myself playing a Virtual Boy that often. But it'd definitely be nice to have for, like, a serious collector. You're probably more serious than I am. How hesitant are you to cuss? What words are you okay saying that others might take offense to? Like, I'm hesitant to cuss. First of all, just because it would be off-putting to other people. Like, I don't want it to detract from any sort of conversation. But also, like, there are certain people who just, when they cuss, it doesn't sound right. It sounds weird coming from them. And I'm a bit wary of that. I don't know that it would sound right if I cussed often. But I don't really have a problem with certain words per se. I mean, I have a problem with like racial slurs just because they can be genuinely used to be offensive towards a group of people. It's not so much a problem with the word as much as what it means. Hold on. I had to fix the wire on the mic. But I don't have problems with the words, but instead, like, if some people use a certain word strongly, I'm going to avoid using it because people are going to take it differently than I intend. And that's the thing. Like, I don't have a problem saying it, I just have a problem with the way it's going to be taken. What is my favorite game, like, of all time? I have no idea. I can't give you a good. I don't know. Please catch up on chat. It's hard for us to respond to things you say if you're so behind. I take that to mean don't catch up on chat. But I like to. Will I make a video? I'm going behind on chat. Fuck you, professor. We need to make a video on the Bible's treatment of women. I'm not sure. Maybe. I mean, there's not too much in the Bible per se that talks about women, but it's more about how that's translated into Christian groups. So I could make it. I definitely could. Don't know if I will. Any ideas for a game? Phalanx. Phal. I don't know. Okay. Alright, I'm just jumping down to current-ish chat. If you were to contribute to a chat in a meaningful way, could you search for other forms of... Oh. Oh, you're just being mean to somebody else. Okay. I feel like a stream is a bit much. Just make it Discord. Okay, that's a conversation with somebody else. Okay. Do you have a girlfriend, or do you plan to have a girlfriend, or do you plan to be... Oh my god. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't really have any plans to be in a relationship right now. I just don't feel like I'm in a place where, like, that's... I don't know. I don't feel like I really want a relationship right now. Alright. I've been streaming for 2.5 minutes. You like my tacky wallpaper? Alright. Let me look up how to pronounce this. Does it have pronunciation here? As the Greek word. Let's go to... ABCDFG.
Phalanga.
Okay, that's the Greek pronunciation.
Phalanx. Phalanx.
Phalanx. Phalanx. Okay. Phalanx. My favorite color and shape. My favorite color is neon green on a black background. My favorite shape would probably be... Ooh. Triangular prism. What's my stance on porn? I don't see a problem with it. I mean, I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem with it. Anyways, this is what we're playing with. You know what? Let's go to, hey. This is the game we're playing. It's got nice stickers. It was $13 one time. Maybe not at Fox Island Grocery and Deli. No idea what that is. I bought it on eBay. But, we're playing Phalanx. Now, I don't have an input capture for this. Actually, I do, but it's shit. So I'm going to spare you from that. And I'm going to see if I can get this CRT to look good on that camera. If it doesn't, then we might just play something else. But I'll see what I can do. Here. Ah, shit. These wires. Alright, hold on, guys. This isn't easy. Ah, things are falling. There you go. Well, vitamin B17. Take it daily. Don't want to get cancer. Oh my god, you get to see how dirty. And you know what, let's bring it down here. I get to see all sorts of shit that's on my entertainment center. Hope you like. Remember VHS when that was a thing? Oh man. What's my stance on porn? I already told you. I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't know. Pro porn? Is that what you want me to say? I don't know. What are you looking up Greek for? Is the pronunciation? I'm looking up the pronunciation of the word phalanx, which originated in. It was originally a Greek word. But I'm looking for the English pronunciation. I found it. It's phalanx. Fuck me. I'm gonna move the mic. I'm gonna have to mute it for a minute. Okay, now this is going to be a bit weird. You see, this video can only take one audio source, one audio input. So this can only be, it can't do stereo. But I do have the right going to my mixer, so you can hear the game, which you wouldn't otherwise. But I accidentally kept the stream on stereo, meaning if I continue, you'd only hear it in the right ear. Basically, I'm going to stop the stream for a few seconds, and then we'll be back up and running in mono. So stay with me. Okay, and we should be back. Let me make sure I have everything set up. Okay. Making sure I didn't miss anything important in the chat. Okay. Wait for it. There we go. It starts on a black screen, which is pretty inconvenient because I don't know if it's working or not. Hey. There we go. Tell me if it's too loud or not loud enough. Alright. Does that look as terrible for you as it does for me? Oh, man. I wonder... Is that better? Ah, it's not gonna look good. Let's see. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I'm gonna have to, edit this manually. Stick with me. Stick with me. Oh, Lord. Oh, this is terrible. This is going terribly. Hold on. Let me... Oh, nope. Let's not touch that. That's, What about this? That doesn't help. That doesn't help. This... No, that doesn't help at all. Oh, my God. Can we... this isn't helping. Oh my God. I want to play this game, but I don't want it to look terrible. Is that... Okay. Oh. Oh, that's decent. Oh, I did it. I did it, guys. Look at me. Now you get to see the scrolling bars that I can't do... Sorry. What's going on? Child porn is not okay. But, let's play video games. Let's, why isn't it? I pressed start, I swear. Okay. Let's go. Is that plug into player 2? It's not. It should be working. Oh my God. Okay, there we go. There's... Let's go easy. We'll start off on fast. But this game, the soundtrack is amazing, by the way, but it's in stereo and there's no mono option. But let's go. It would sound way better if it is in stereo. In fact, look up the soundtrack to this game. It's amazing. It's on YouTube. Now, I'm not too good at this game, which is why I have it on easy. If it was on, like, medium, I wouldn't last too long. If it was on hard, I'd die immediately. Wrong one. Okay. Oh, the slowdowns. Slowdowns are terrible as well. You get a lot of slowdowns in Street Fighter too. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's a problem with the Super Retro Trio or if that was authentic. But it's a bit of pain. Alright, we got an extra life. Alright, now, if we were on medium, these, I don't know if they're bullets, but these red dots that are coming at me, there would be so much more of them. It'd be so much harder to dodge. Like, I'm not good at this as it is, just because I'm not good in general. Ah, shit. And these two, they shoot out red bullets. There will be so many. There's so many in normal mode. It's ridiculous. Listen to that soundtrack. I know I'm ruining it by talking over it, but trust me, it's good. Ah, shit. What? Wrong button. Well, not wrong button. I accidentally pressed a button. Whatever. I lost the laser upgrade. Damn it. Ah. See what I mean? I'm terrible at this game. This would be... Taking down this ship would be much easier if I don't know what it's called, but one of those P upgrades, which basically just makes whatever gun you have stronger. But, oh, I took that out, so now it's not shooting red things anymore. That's good. Now, I believe if I take out this thing down here, it'll stop sending out those smaller enemies. I mean, it does stop on its own anyways, so, there. Terrible. Nothing against it if it's artificial in production. Like, yeah, like if there's no child being harmed, then I guess it's not necessarily unethical. But it is kind of weird, though, I'll say. Alright, now this is difficult, but these arms, the arms break off in sections, so if we just start off at the top section up here, then that'll break up, but it changes when he opens that. Okay. And the whole thing will break off if you keep shooting the same spot. See? And now we just have this to deal with. But then we're going to have to, like, shoot the rest of them. See? And now this part up here, this little arm, I think that's what's shooting the red bullets. At least it was in the Game Boy Advanced version. I don't know. Let's see. We'll have to destroy every single bit of it to defeat this boss, but let's see what we can do. It's also difficult because it follows you. Like when you go down, it goes down, and you go up, it goes up. So you can't really keep straight. It'd also be helpful if I had any sort of power up right now, but you know me, I'm terrible. It's kind of hard for me to read the chat with the game like this. We gotta bring it down and then shoot the top here. Alright, now we just shoot him in general. And he'll go down eventually. I never got past this boss as a kid. Then again, I don't know if it was on easy mode or not. I also didn't know that you could change speed as a kid. So, hey, there we go. There we go. Started up your motorbike again. Nah, it does that on its own, man. Being an asshole. Alright. Now, I've never actually beat the underwater missions in any version of the game, on any difficulty. But anyways, I played this game as a kid and still had it up until I don't know when, but the whole house flooded and it took all of the old games with it that I actually, like my parents' consoles that I had since you know, growing up. I wonder, I know sometimes shooting these things will destroy them, sometimes they won't. I don't know what sort of pattern there is to it, but yeah, I just got this game recently and I've been really excited to play it since I played it as a kid. Oh, and then there's loads of slowdowns in those dolphin things. I don't know what they are. There we go. And this shouldn't be too hard. Especially with all these slowdowns, basically playing it in slow-mo. Hey, we did it. Ah, shit. Am I still watching the chat? It's difficult. Like, I'll glance at it every now and then. Like, if you say my name or if you at me, then I'll see it, like, immediately. My eye will go right to it if you really want me to read the chat. But it's tough playing a game like this. Oh shit. Okay. I hate these things. Luckily we get to play it in slow-mo. Ah shit. I hate this. I hate this. Fuck. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. We're okay. Hey, extra life. We're gonna need it. It'd be crazy if this is the time that I got further than I have before. Ah, shit. Fuck. Well, there goes that extra life. Hey, I need that. Thank you. These things, they're just gonna keep on coming. Or maybe not. Never mind. And it's hard to see in the water. I don't know if that's my my TV or what. It's hard to see those things shooting things at me. Oh, this was tough. Okay. These things, you can't kill them, but they're gonna keep going back and forth, and you guys still gotta shoot this thing. It's, I don't know. Hey, we did it. Gotta go. Alright, bye, Joe. Ah, shit. Well, fuck. Well, god damn it. Alright, let's try. Oh, great. Now you're going to be arguing on Discord? Fantastic. I think I figured it out. The ones that move, they'll actually... They make different sounds when you shoot them than the ones that don't move. Those are the ones that can be shot down. Alright. See if we can make it this time. If you lived in a country other than what country you lived, which one would it be? I don't know. My first instinct would be to Canada, because it's... I don't know, it's connected via land, but I don't know, I might also move to the UK. Shit. I don't know, it's tough to say. See, the thing I would care about most is, well, first off, it'd be, we'd have to mostly speak English. We need to have universal health care and education. That's really it. Any country that has those, then I could live there. Notice how the US isn't in that category. See, the way Discord works is one person has a server. Well, they call it a server, but anyways, if you should see the link in the description or on my channel page. You take that, you go to that link, and it'll take you to my Discord server, and there you'll find different channels. They're called, some for text, some for voice. General is where you're going to stay most of the time, and the link should automatically take you to general. I don't know if that cleared things up for you or just made it worse, but good luck. It's hard to see those mines in the water as well. Hey. Triple shot. That's good. Alright, we got the top one. And that's all we get. Alright, what are we doing now? Okay, this thing. Should be easier now that we got the triple power up thingy-ma-do. Alright, there we go. So if you were watching, that's because I started playing video games, then everybody lost interest. It's weird because like everybody asks, what game are we playing today? Then I'm playing this game. And then nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's because I play the games that I want to play and nobody cares about the games that I want to play. But nah, shit. Okay, we can die twice more. Found you. I'm still lost. Do I message? I don't know. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you're trying to do. What the hell? I've never gotten to this boss before. Maybe not. Nah, shit. I don't. Okay. What the fuck? Okay. So if he tracks me, then he's gonna come at me like that. You kind of have to. Alright, we're gonna die. And then we'll get back to doing something else. Ah. Alright, well that was that. Let me, let's see. Alright, set everything back to automatic. This stuff, let's try to keep it in the middle, I guess. Alright. Alright. Well, that was that. That was Phalanx. Probably wasn't as much fun to watch as it was to play. When I play games that are fun to watch, I'll probably play longer than that. But, anyways. It's a game I played in my childhood, and I still enjoy it to this day. Is my mic turned up? Yeah. Okay. Do you play Call of Duty? Not so much anymore, but when Modern Warfare 2 was that in, I was playing that a lot. But that was on Xbox 360, which I no longer have. And now I'm just part of the PC Master Race. Which I don't have Call of Duty on PC right now. And I don't really... Okay, are we back? Are we back? God damn, I don't know why it does that. I don't know why it does that. What is my Discord tag? It's hiith and then some odd number for some reason. But you can see me on the server, or at least you should. Let's see. Let's bring this up. Here, here. I'm right here, which you might have to like bring up that side of the app or whatever, but it's hiith, which would be does it tell you? It's not telling me right now. Whatever. Oh, probably because I'm in streamer mode. It's not going to give that out. But anyways, it's right. It's right there. I don't really remember subscribing to this channel. Well, I'll take you anyways. Just remembered you used to have long hair. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's been that long since you watched me. Must not be a very loyal fan then. Putt Putt Goes to the Future was great fun to watch. Yeah. Yeah, it was. Anyways. I think I could get a little bit more editing done. Or just read the chat while pretending like that counts as editing. Long hair looked bad. Like, it was frizzy. But other than that, I don't think it was bad. Okay. Offset, overdrop, overdrop. We'll move it over this way. Now we need was it citation 1? Where was it? Okay, quote 1. Citation. Image offset, overdrop, move it more or less to the center. Any plans to play classic RPGs? Yeah, I'd like to. I'd like to play Jesus me. What was it? Final Fantasy. The Final Fantasy games. I'd love to play them. As well as Kingdom Hearts. I also kind of wanted to play the Fire Emblem games. That being said, I can't promise that I'll play any of them. You will only get 2 more minutes of work done in 30 minutes or so of reading the chat. Yeah. That's how it works. That's how it works. Am I the only one who liked his long hair? No, you are not the only one who liked the long hair. There are lots of people who missed it. But, Ultima? I don't think so. How long will I be streaming? I'm not sure. Probably not going to be too much longer. I forget how long I usually stream. Was it 3 or 4 hours? Four-digit tag on Discord. See if I can bring it up in streamer mode. Let's see. 1711. There you go. There you go. Why do you need to know? Okay, how do I turn this back on? There we are. Streamer mode's back on. Okay. You're welcome. Play some RimWorld. I don't know. Ever played Wolf 3D? I'd like to, but I haven't yet. Anyways. Yes. And the if we go back into here, you should be able to see. What was it? Here, back into the files that I'm using. Quote 1, let's just go to properties. I'll bring this over here. What I'm looking at is this right here. So I'm not going to be able to look at this and click down here at the same time, but basically we're going to take x as a 19, no, we're going to put it in parentheses because it'll do this calculation for us. We'll do 1920 minus whatever the width of the actual image is, which in this case is 1472, and then we'll take that in parentheses and divide it by 2. So that'll take, so 1920 minus 1472, that is the amount of pixels we have that isn't this image. If we divide that by 2, that's half, so that should center the image in the middle. And we don't have to do the calculation ourselves, we can just type it in and it'll do it automatically. Same thing for here, which would be 1080 minus 493, then divide that by 2, and that should center the image. Now, it's not going to be perfectly centered because I did have to take the thing by hand, and I could have made it bigger on one side than the other. So it's not too imperative, at least not in this case. What's your full name and credit card number? Yes. Your link is not working for me. It should be. Let me see. Let me check that on Discord. Hold on. It should work. I don't see why not. You usually stream until YouTube or your computer packs up, about 4 hours or so. Yeah, that's about right. Alright, goodbye. So this we need to be about like halfway. Length 212. We don't even have, we can just divide that by 2. There we go. And this one, same thing, image offset over drop. Then properties. Now we do the same thing, 1920 minus the width of the image, which is 1465, and then we take that, divide by 2, and then 1080 minus 292, no, 292, and divide that by 2. There we go. And the things that he said privately, it does indicate that he was against Christianity and Judaism, obviously, but he did seem fond of certain religions. Hey, welcome back. Welcome to the end of the stream. Just kidding. I don't know how much longer I'll be streaming. Alright. Okay, so, but he did seem fond of certain religions like Islam, Buddhism, and state Shinto. Fond of certain religions. So if we can bring back up the wiki quote. And I'm not actually sure if this is the end of the stream. I might stream for like, I don't know, 30 more minutes, maybe. I don't know. Bring this over here. Bring the chat back up. I'll actually put, oh, I don't. And this is, yeah. Alright, so we can take a cap of this, although I think we were a bit more zoomed in, right? I think it was this. If we pop this out, make it a bit longer, then find where we were again. There we go. Cap. And that'll be good. We'll save it as cool. Quote 3. Bring this down. Actually, let's find another one. I know there was another good one. Well, I guess not. This is a good one. This is a good one here. Good old Hitler quote. Bring this down here. And we can take this and just cover up that. There are better ways of doing it, but this is just kind of easy to do right here, right now. Right here, this part. Alright. And we can save that as quote 4.png. Did I have a space? No. Alright. And wait, where was this in table talk? Yes, it was. So we'll do quote 4 because we can still use this same citation, and then we'll do quote 3 because that has a different citation, which here. Same thing goes. But he did seem fond of certain religions like Islam, Buddhism, and state Shinto, which was practiced in Japan at the time. Okay. So we'll take the length, divide that by 2, so we can just be half of this. Then image offset, overdrop. Yep, we're back to editing, because nobody cared about phalanx. And then, no, we wanted properties. And then where was it? Details. So we want 1920 minus 1434, and take that, divide by 2. Now we take 1080 minus 258, and then divide that by 2. Alright, and that's, well, we can drop that down. To kind of keep this quote in the middle and this slightly below middle. And quote 3 has its own citation, so we don't need to worry about that. Drop it down. Offset overdrop. What's the most logical religion you've come across? Deism, if you can consider that a religion, which I don't. But other than that, like, the most reasonable organized religion would probably be something along the lines of Buddhism, or like non-theistic Hindus, like Hindus that don't believe in deities. 1920 minus. Gotta bring up the properties. Here we are. Mine. 1444. And then divide that by 2. Now we take 1080 minus 179, and then divide that by 2, and then drop it down a little bit. And we don't need this. There we go. An atheist. And the things that he said privately, it does indicate that he was against Christianity and Judaism, obviously, but he did seem fond of certain religions like Islam, Buddhism, and state Shinto, which was practiced in Japan at the time. Now, that being said, he was also against at the time. Now, okay, we can take this, not this, and make it a little bit longer. Just in Japan at the time. Now, that being said, and we can also take everything else at the time. Now, that being said, okay, that's good. He was also against atheism, calling it the state of the animal, and the state of the theism, calling it. Okay, I'm going to need this. And go back to Wikiquote and search for state. Here we are, right here. But I kind of want this, but I don't want all of this. It's fine. We'll do without it. So, okay. I'm going to need this as well. How much of this do I need? I'm trying to find. Okay, we can use it. We can use that much. And then just here. Cover this up. So the Brian, don't know. I don't know if he's still here. Yeah, I think turtles are adorable as well.
let's see, over here. I can't see it. I can't see where the cursor is. Okay, here we are. And here. And here. And, oh, come on. Little speck. There we go. And we'll this as quote 5. There we go. And I think there's another quote where I'm not sure if we can use this one. Don't you think that's a bit deceptive? What is? I think the ratio of editing to other content makes me think that the title should be the video editing dribble. It'd probably be a bit more accurate. But what's a bit deceptive? What just happened? I don't know what just happened. Hitler quotes? Yep. Hitler quotes. Okay, so we can either use this one or not. I don't think it applies too much. Removing parts of a Hitler quote. Like, the rest of it wasn't important. Let's go back. What was it? Yeah. Well, the point I was making in the video is that Hitler was also opposed to atheism. And I'm not going to put up this whole wall of text because not all of it applies to the point that I was making. But I am going to make sure that the relevant context is there if it's needed. So what applies to Hitler's view on atheism? Thus, the state will have based its existence on a foundation that one day will collapse. That has nothing to do with... this has nothing to do with Hitler's view on atheism. An educated man retains the sense of the mysteries of nature and bows before the unknowable. An uneducated man, on the other hand, runs the risk of going over to atheism, which is a return to the state of the animal as soon as he perceives the state, sheer opportunism, matter of religion, whilst everything is science. That has everything to do with Hitler's view on atheism. That's why I've always kept the party aloof from religious questions. It kinda ties into what he just said. I've thus prevented my Catholic and Protestant supporters from forming groups against one another, and inadvertently knocking each other out with the Bible and the sprinkler. What does that have to do with Hitler's view on atheism? The point that I was making is that this is what Hitler's view on atheism is.
And if nothing else applies to that, then yeah, I can take the part that applies to Hitler's view on atheism. Are you responding to a theist or just saying that Hitler was an atheist? I'm just talking about Hitler's religiosity and how it applies to the conversation. It's about, the claim that I often hear is that Hitler was an atheist, and or atheistic thought leads to such atrocities. I start off indicating that Hitler wasn't quite an atheist. He wasn't a Christian, but he believed in something unknowable. And he was against religion. And I go from there. Now, what was it? The first quote from Table Talk? Okay, so you got it now? Or, I mean, this... Yeah, I think this applies enough. Okay, that's good. Quote. What am I on? Quote 6.png. Wrong move. Actually bring this up. Duplicate the citation. Because both of these are from the same place. So this here. I'm not sure about the final length, so I'm not going to that image. No image offset, overdrop. Yeah, overdrop. Then we center it. $19.20 minus 14.64 divided by 2. All right. I think you missed it, but earlier I mentioned the reason that I think Hitler's religion isn't important is because just because he has one trait in common with other people doesn't mean that everyone else who shares that trait should be condemned when they themselves have done no wrong. Important because he has one trait in common. Yeah. But like their point is that atheistic thought leads to this thing. This is where it goes if you believe this. If you're an atheist, if you believe in Darwinian evolution, then you think that this is fine. That's the claim. Or at least from the people who know more about what they're talking about. What about Stalin? Was Stalin a Christian? You should probably cover Stalin as well, if in case say Stalin and his communist army were atheists fighting in the name of atheism. Do I? Like, yeah, Stalin if I recall correctly, he was an atheist, but it's not important because the things that Stalin did, the things that Hitler did, they weren't caused by a religion or a lack of one. More so than anything, what they did was political in nature. But atheism per se, nor Darwinian evolution per se, it doesn't justify those actions. And that's the point that I really want to make, but I don't think I did very well. But it's fine. Yeah, Stalin had many problems. Anyone trying to pin it on his atheism is just foolish or naive. Yeah, that's true. Minus 239 divided by 2. What do you guys think of the death penalty? I'm against the death penalty. Unless somebody has, clearly admitted to killing people, like more than one person, and shows no regret in doing so, then maybe it could be justified. But other than that, I'm against it. The state of the animal and associating it with communism and Bolshevism. In these quotes, especially this one, which seems most insightful, Hitler seemed to believe in something unknowable. Bolshevism. In these quotes, let's see. See, I have two quotes to put up there, but I referenced the first quote in the beginning and end of what I said. We don't need the second one. We don't need the second one. What about the Jews Hitler killed? What about them? I don't understand the question. Hey, welcome back, Laser Bolt. People who show no regret, probably. People just want people to be put to death for their sadistic revenge. I don't know that it's sadistic revenge necessarily, as much as it is just fear or people who shows no regret probably are a sociopath or psychopath. They're mentally ill and need to be taken to an asylum instead of being killed. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying. But that's hard though, because then we'd actually have to have a good mental health system. We'd actually have to know stuff about mental health and be proactive about it. It's easier to just kill everybody and be done with it. the state of calling it the state of the animal, calling it calling it the state of the animal, and associating it with communism and Bolshevism, calling it the state of the animal, and associating it with communism and Bolshevism. In these quotes, especially this one, which seems most insightful, Hitler seemed to believe in something unknowable. But notice that that's what he said privately. In Christianity, it's a sin to kill people when you believe in God and people who believe in the Father, Savior. What? In Christianity, it's a sin to kill people when you believe in God and people who believe in the Father. So, I don't know what you're asking. I don't. Am I actually working now? Yeah. Yeah, a little bit, if you can call it that. Well, the chat has slowed down, but. See if I can change the settings to allow links. Let's see. I'm gonna have to go to advanced settings. Okay. Hold on. Links. I don't think. Yeah, I don't see an option for that. Never mind. Did you ever get to playing a game? Yes, I played Phalanx. Phalanx? Phalanx. Hello, Waddles. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to the link that you gave to me. Okay, these are mostly from speeches and in Mein Kampf. But you have to remember, Hitler was a politician. And these were things that were public. He had to give the appearance, and he had to appeal to the religion of the masses. I'm using quotes of what he said privately when he didn't have a motive to hide what he actually believed for the sake of the way other people perceived him. Alright, well, good night, astronomical. Let's see.
But notice that that's what he said privately. Publicly, he was extremely pro-Christian, saying in Mein Kampf that it doesn't matter whether Catholicism or Protestantism prevails as long as Christianity as a whole prevails. A whole prevails. And he other whole prevails. And he otherwise appealed to Christianity both in Mein Kampf and his speeches. That's because Nazi Germany was vast majority Christian, between 100% and 95% to be exact. So
I understand that, but private statements can't be easily verified, but if they are consistent with public pronouncements, they are reinforced. Okay.
to be exact. So whether or not to be exact. So whether or not Hitler to be exact. So whether to be exact. So whether
Will you be bringing the editing live stream back next morning? See, you're about to end the stream. Do you want me to? Would you guys watch a morning stream? I figured most people would be at work or just wouldn't care. Good evening, Daniel. Welcome to the last portions of the live stream. Okay, so you don't want me to bring the stream back in the morning. I wasn't planning on it, so I guess I won't. Yeah, that's what I thought. Busy in the morning. Can't we be asleep then? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Nobody would watch in the morning. Well, you just woke up. Well, I guess it's different for you. Pre-collection. Your morning stream would be just after midnight for me. Yeah, because you're on the wrong side of the world.
So whether or not Hitler himself believed these atrocities were carried out by believers. But that's not quite believers. But that's not quite Kyle's believers. But that's not quite believers.
But that's not quite Kyle's point. As he talked about earlier, it's not so much about whether.
Do I have school? No. How much longer do we have? Well, we only have like 3 transitions and an exit. I think we can finish this then end the stream.
Hitler believed or not, but instead that these actions could be justified using atheistic thought, and by that he means Darwinian evolution. But that in evolution. But that's not the case. See, Darwinian thought, and by that he means Darwinian evolution. But that's not evolution. But that evolution. But that's not the case. See, Darwinian evolution only talks about the change in.
Let's see.
Means Darwinian evolution.
Plan on having.
Not the case. See, Darwinian evolution only talks about the change in traits within species over time. That doesn't point to a necessity of it. And that changes slightly when you're talking about social groups. That doesn't per se indicate a necessity of eugenics, nor does it affect the morality of it. We still affect the morality of it. We still have sympathy and empathy, and those actions were objectively unnecessarily harmful. Really harmful. But what Kyle's trying to do.
Any thoughts on eugenics? I think that it is unethical, but it also works. Take that to mean what you will. Please read my poem. Roses are red, violets are blue, but they don't think it be like it is. They don't think it be like it is, but it do. It's awesome. It's amazing. Try a slight punch in and zoom out to ease the transitions. That's not going to make it any better. It'd be a bit difficult to do, at least in this software, I think. And it's not going to make it any better. Thought the way you ended the Kalam Akin video was really clever. Well, thank you. I like making fun of the endings of YouTube videos, because like I always think they're ridiculous. Like, telling people to subscribe, is that really going to make anybody subscribe? But I see it all the time, and I just and I hardly know how to end a video anyways, so I just kind of like making fun of that. Add in a metal scream between each clip for a better transition. Yeah.
don't. You're gonna. You're gonna have to give me a little bit more to work with than that. Harmful. But what Kyle's trying to do here is he's trying to make atheists look like monsters, or at least as it really is. Let's see. Let's see how that is. Maybe we can go a bit longer after that blink. I don't know. Let's see how that works. It really is. I don't know how long to give this. I don't know how long to make this exit instead of seeing it as it really is. Okay, that's a bit long. I want it before that blink. See what that. Seeing it as it really is. I don't know. Is. Okay, I think that's good. How's your day? Pretty good. Not much to complain about. 30 minutes worth of blank staring should suffice. It's night for me. I'm not sure if you're asking me or him, but it's night for me. My day was pretty good, if it's not still day to you. It really is. Let's see, what's this last frame? Just make it even. 5, 3, 8, 1. I'm still trying to get used to typing on the numpad. I think I'm doing pretty good so far. Last word of the video, just parsing the grammar. As an enemy, instead of seeing it as it really is. I don't see how was would apply to that sentence. Anyways, that's that.